would invite you to speak a little bit about the parts that you're seeking to integrate that seem to be at odds, and I would give you the experience. And while giving the experience, I'd be explaining step by step the different steps of the parts integration method.
Okay, that'd be great.
All right, let's do it. Now we know what this one's about. And this is how I intend to handle pretty much all of these moving forward. Rather than coming up with a specific agenda, which from time to time, maybe on some of the monthly prearranged ones I would do, but rather than coming up with a specific agenda, what I want to do instead is allow the spontaneous genius and intelligence of the group to demand what the training is about, and then just deliver the training. So
Okay.
Um, just a word of philosophy, and I'll describe the process logically at you with words first. When we say that we have parts, quote unquote, it's important to remember that part is just a definition. It's just a belief. Ultimately, what's happening is we're noticing sense data, and it seems as though there's a aspect of consciousness, a point of view within ourselves that is frozen in a point in time from our past, and that aspect seems to have needs and wants and desires and the ability to communicate to us telepathically through thought within ourselves. That doesn't necessarily mean that it is a separate part that is not who and what we are. We are that. That is us. And in truth, there is no that. There is no separation. That part is you. It's not a part. So I like the term aspect now. An aspect simply means a point of view. So from this aspect's perspective, there's these wants and these needs and these desires and these beliefs that are most important. And this other one is completely polarized. So you hold both views and both belief systems in your consciousness simultaneously.
Mhm.
Um, and the process of integrating these parts, there's 1,000 different processes that have been invented. The one that channeled through was very, very powerful. The first step is to identify which two parts need integrating. Once you have those parts available in your attention and in your awareness, you invite one of them to connect with your left hand and embody into your left hand, and one of them to connect with the right hand and embody into the right hand. Then you can just hold your hands out to your side in whatever way feels comfortable. And this gives you a kinesthetic embodiment of the parts to talk to. And so as you're speaking to them, you can turn your head and have a representative conversation with these different aspects. The next part of the process involves getting curious, opening your connection to your true self, your higher self, coming from that place of love within your heart, and then seeking to understand what problem or challenge or judgments do these parts have about each other, towards each other, right? So temporarily buying into the illusion of separation, that these are two separate parts that have conflicting values, and choosing to hear them out, so to speak. Get curious and don't judge whatever they say, just allow whatever comes up to come up. Once the two parts feel as though they have been adequately expressed, they have been heard and they have been understood, then you can tune your attention to your heart center. And from the heart center, you can create and generate a magic window or portal or mirror, doesn't matter which metaphor you use. The point is, this is a window, a looking glass that one can see through. And the magical property of this that is imbued by your heart is that it strips away all beliefs and all judgments of whatever you see on the other side. So the portal that you're creating gives a direct, clear experience of what is truly directly in front of you, rather than the illusion that's created by the part's beliefs and judgments, etc., etc. And then we check in with each part again. Now that they're looking through the mirror, you ask the aspect on the left-hand side, now how do you see this part on the right-hand side differently? And what you'll immediately notice is that the level of judgment has gone from this to maybe that. And there's a lot more curiosity and openness You continue the dialogue between the two parts, and now they're seeing each other as they truly are for the first time, probably ever. And there's all kinds of questions that you can ask, and we'll get into what those look like in the experience. The real magic starts happening once the parts have been fully expressed. You then shift the intention of the mirror. This is now the window or the mirror or the gateway of love, fueled again with your heart. Your heart is connected to your true self, so you're the conduit for the true self's love, the divine love. And now this mirror, this window, has a special property. Everything that you see through it, you see through the lens of love. So you see the most loving manifestation of whatever is on the other side that's possible within the imagination. And once again, you ask the parts to share the aspects. How are you now perceiving this other aspect? And suddenly there's a sense of admiration, a sense of love, a sense of, wow, I really want to not just understand you, but to be one with you because I see the love that you are and you see the love that I am. And so now these parts are experiencing each other in a complete unified love state of consciousness. And the natural tendency and the natural desire is for them to want to move closer and closer to the mirror, which is the projection of the heart connected to the higher self. And as the parts move closer and closer, you can invite them to step through the portal. Now, when they step through the portal, what's ultimately happening is that they're both simultaneously reintegrating back into the heart and reintegrating back into the true self. So those energies from those aspects are being retrieved and then stored in the perfect place inside of the heart that's connected to the true self. And as they integrate, you can then expand the heart window beyond your physical body. This is the concluding part of the process. Expanding beyond the physical body and expanding this heart portal beyond the room that you're in, beyond the building that you're in, beyond the neighborhood, beyond the city, beyond the state, beyond the country, beyond the planet, beyond the solar system, beyond the galaxy, beyond the universe, beyond the multiverse, until the heart portal is infinite, infinite expansion. And at that moment, the participant is blissed out and feeling really good. And they notice that those two parts are not in a duality state anymore. They're not opposing each other. They're unified into one. And that's the process.
Man, you say some smart stuff.
You
That's a great clip. Hopefully you got that on video
sure
because
did.
that was really powerful.
Yeah. Here, you know what I'm okay, cool. Yeah, it's recording and it's all good to go.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Um, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Now the question becomes, would you like to experience that?
Yeah.